Are there any homes left for the rest of us, or did Wall Street buy them all up? Now, if you're thinking about buying a home, you may find yourself interested in the latest real estate headlines. Obviously, you want to keep a pulse on the market and on all the things that could impact your purchasing decision. Now, if that's the case, you've probably heard mention of all the investors and wondered how they're impacting the marketplace right now. That could even leave you asking yourself questions such as, how many homes do investors actually own? Are institutional investors like large Wall Street firms really buying up so many homes that the average person can't even find one? Now, to answer those questions, here's the real story of what's happening. And of course, as always, we're basing it on the data. So let's start by establishing how many single-family homes there are and what portion of those renters are owned by investors or owned by personal owners. So according to SFR Investor, which is a study that studies single-family rental markets in the United States, there are 82 million single-family homes in this country. But how many of them are actually rentals? That's the real question. According to the data shared in a recent post, 68 million of those homes, 82% in fact of those homes, are owner-occupied, meaning the person that owns the home actually lives in it. If you subtract that 68 million from the total number of homes, that's 82 million, that leaves you with right around 14 million homes left over that are single-family rentals. So, do institutional investors own all of those remaining 14 million homes? Not even close. Let's take a closer look at this. Let's take it one step further. There are 4 categories of investors: the mom and pop investors who own between 1 and 9 single-family rentals, the regional investors who own between 10 and 100, the smaller national investors who own between 100 and 1,000 single-family residential units, and the institutional investors, you think BlackRock, Vanguard, that own 1,000 plus. These categories show that not all investors are large institutional investors. To help convey that even more clearly, here are some of the percentages of rental homes owned by each type of investor. You can see it in the chart. Now, as you can see in the chart, despite what the news says and what social media would have you believing, the green shows the vast majority are owned not by large institutional investors. Instead, the vast majority of rentals are owned by small mom and pop investors like you, your friends, your neighbors, your family. What's actually happening is that there are people out there just like you and just like me who believe in home ownership, and they view buying a second home or multiple homes as an investment. Maybe they saw it as an opportunity to buy a second home over the last few years and use their first one out as a rental, or maybe they bought an investment and you're using it as a rental to generate additional income and, even more importantly, to grow their net worth. Or maybe they just decided to keep their first house rather than sell it when they moved, and maybe they've done that a couple times. So don't believe everything you hear about the institutional investors. They aren't buying up all the homes and making it impossible for the average person to buy, not even close. That's just not what the numbers show. The stats don't lie. Institutional investors are actually the smallest piece of the pie chart as far as home ownership goes here in the country. While it is true that national investors or institutional investors are players in the single-family rental marketplace, they're not buying up all of the houses on the market. So if you have any other questions about these things that you're hearing about the housing market, connect with a trusted real estate advisor and a professional that can help you understand the context of what's going on here. And of course, if you're here in the Central Texas area, all you got to do is shoot me a message. Talk to you soon.